So we're streaming my second place Aria run first. That fireball's gonna not come in handy later. Ring of War is something that I don't like taking with Aria, obviously, because the monsters that are added, but having 2 damage is nice early on. And Zone 4, I don't notice a huge difference with the Ring of War. But once you get to Zone 3, you really need to hope you can get rid of it. And the cat's already on my lap. Yeah. Got a little bit lucky with the leprechaun there. I wasn't quite paying enough attention as I should have been. Hello, kitty. What can I do for you? Okay. What do you want? Floaty boots have actually burned me on a couple runs because I have forgotten to get rid of them and not being able to get to a trapdoor, which can really save a lot of time in Zone 1. So it was definitely on my mind to make sure that I swapped out to something else. You know, probably Boots of Strength unless I got other sorts of damage. Probably way too cautious around the blue guys instead of just getting confused and dealing with it, especially with 2 damage. Okay. Oh, there's the cat. So far, things going pretty well on the run. Mapping's always nice, and having the torch lets me see that the shop's worth going to, and I get super lucky here because now I've gotten rid of the floaty boots. I've got 3 damage without the Ring of War. Briefly consider taking that and think better of it. So who knows what happened there? I don't know. I just think I somehow got off the beat a bit. But obviously that prevents me from having a potion for a trapdoor later. Coral Rift super fast when you have the fireball. You know, looking for the purple chest to get rid of the Ring of War here. And phasing, which I mean, with the Ring of War, I definitely want to get rid of it. Plus I've got the glass torch so I can see enemies easily, and a decent bomb supply, so it seemed like it was worth it. I could have killed, yeah, here I've definitely wasted a couple beats. I've gotten better with phasing, but I'm still not great. I don't know what I was doing there. And here again, you know, I could have saved a little bit of time not checking the shop, because at this point I've got, unless there's like a blast helm, there's not really anything else I want. I've got damage, I've got mapping. That worked out pretty nice, the timing there. Briefly consider going to the glass. Yeah, no courage either. I'm sure there's a faster way I could have gotten through this, but so it goes. So this is one thing I don't have, you know, oh yeah, I've got 3 damage. This goes quite quickly, especially with the fireball. So again, still checking purple chests because I want some sort of shielding, which I get here. It's just much safer for the loot if you at least have a regular shield, if not better. Alright, here's where things get dumb. So I check my shop, thinking, oh, okay, could be a map, could be a blast helm, so I go to check the chests, because that would make phasing a lot easier. And it's a miner's cap, and I take it, because I'm not paying attention. So now my phasing is completely useless, and I have no way to dig buffer. And I'm still, you know, obviously running base shovel too, which doesn't make a huge difference, but it doesn't really help either. Yeah, don't need the bomb spell. So far, pretty easy. I mean, I can sort of still just run along here. You know, a little bit lucky with the Yeti. So, yeah, so here's where having the base shovel, I honestly have no idea with the miner's cap plus phasing what would happen if I'd had a good enough shovel. But obviously, this is one time where I remember the bomb, and here's where I'm an idiot. So I tossed the dagger instead of using my fireball, which, I mean, cost me at least 5 seconds, maybe a full 10. Like, there's a good chance I would have had the world record just off that if I had not made that mistake. So I'm entering at 5 minutes. Use the heart transplant here since the beat's so slow. Although I don't make really good use of it. Smart enough to use the freeze spell there. Yeah, the moles are probably the diciest part of this with the miner's cap. Thankfully, I mean, my layouts are crazy good here. Alright, so this is probably the one pretty swaggy thing I pull off, not getting killed here. And here, you know, I'm making good use of the Lucky Charm to avoid the bats. So with regular shields, basically, I want to get the loot past the point of confusion. So I go down. It probably would have been just as faster to use the traps. There. And that gives me enough time that I can make it to the exit. I had a couple extra beats. So there.